They say you're supposed to meet people where they're at. everyone's uh everyone's at different places, right? Some people have been awake for a long time. By awake, I mean a sound fundamental understanding of the corruption that plagues our society. All the all of the establishments are 100% corrupt. It's likely they were even created to be corrupt and to hide the corruption. That's all indications point to that. Controlled and manipulated the whole time. So there's, a group of people who have known for years and years and years about the corruption. And then with the most recent, you know, I would say the last few weeks of the releases or disclosures of the Epstein files, which confirm a global networking trafficking ring that's been covered up by the intelligence agencies worldwide, along with the technological human experimentation that was illustrated through Epstein's connections to academia. So you have all those people who are waking up now because they're seeing it. They're seeing that COVID was a hoax. They're seeing that the mRNA quote unquote vaccines were used for something other than preventing disease, right? So people are waking up. And then you have a whole other group of people who still deny it and call everything conspiracies. So we have people that we have to meet at all different levels and understandings. And if you're one of the people like me who is out there saying this is wrong or this should be investigated, or why aren't you looking at Lockheed Martin, then you're labeled someone who has mental health issues. And I've been forced to get a mental health evaluation against my will before. This isn't the first time. The first time was in 2016. I had to wait for about 8 hours at a hospital in Hartford. I was taken in handcuffs against my will. I waited about 8 hours. I waited all day, and I spoke to a Dr. Rothschild for about 5 minutes. Probably just a coincidence. Then years later, the state of Connecticut, they didn't make me get a mental health evaluation. They made me go talk to a therapist because I was reporting Lockheed Martin and electromagnetic frequency weapons. So that's the pattern of when you call. And now I have to go have a mental health evaluation because, I don't know, I was talking shit on YouTube. I was talking about conspiracies on YouTube. I guess that's why. I'm not really too sure. It's not clear because Judge Valez Harris and the attorney Claudette Jean Girard aren't specific in the conspiracies or specific in, my actions that would have caused them to warrant having me have a mental health evaluation. They're not specific. They just say they're concerned. It's cute. What have my actions done to illustrate any of that? Does anyone have a problem with me speaking the truth? I'm sure some people do. Who? Who has a problem with me speaking the truth? Who would have a problem with that? I mean, if it's not true, it's not true. Why would you care? Right? So everyone's at different levels. Everyone's at different places. As someone who's gone through some of the bullshit, and I come on here and I just, fire from the hip. We do one takes and we fire that shit out. The only time I do a second take is if something got deleted or messed up, and I just couldn't finish the recording, right? Otherwise, you get my mess ups, you get my mistakes, we fire it right out there. So, when I'm speaking emotionally, right, because it is emotional to me. It's emotional to me to be separated from my son this year. I haven't seen my son this year. It's emotional to me to see the state of affairs in the world, global child trafficking ring, and the people who are in power and zero accountability. Yes, that's upsetting to me. So yeah, you see me talking emotionally. But what if my actions shown, right? I get up, I go to work, I crush poker tournaments, I voice my opinion. But what am I doing that's actually harming anyone? I'm waiting. What have my actions shown where I've done anything that would warrant a question into my mental soundness, right? Actions over words. YouTube for me is kind of like a venting space, right? I mean, I'm out here trying to push you guys in a direction of research and understanding so that you can have a, fundamental comprehension of what's been going on for decades with your tax money, and then how it affects you, but more importantly, how it affects your kids. So I come out here and I talk, and that's it. And I hope I'm not scaring anyone, And that's another thing, meeting people where they're at. If you're just waking up and you're just kind of like, what the fuck? Don't worry. Take a deep breath, get close to God, your creator, right? In my last video, I just said how mad I am at God. That, these are feelings. These are real feelings, right? Based on my lack of understanding of what is. Or another way to look at it is, my over understanding of the situation that we're in, right? And my lack of understanding of the higher, reasoning and all this for the lessons that we have to go through as individuals. But if you are just waking up, find a conspiracy buddy, right? There's more likely than not someone in your orbit who was trying to tell you what's going on, and don't freak out. Just, we're all in this together. And it might not seem like it, but it's good versus evil. I don't like it right now. And in my last video, I said humanity deserves to be enslaved. And to be honest with you, if we don't come together on this and say, no, it's wrong, then we do deserve it, right? Because we trade on our merits. How could it be any other way?